everyone! Welcome to Storytime with the Princess. Today we're going to be reading from Disney all-time favorite classics, and the story we're going to be reading is my story. Okay. It was the day that all the Undersea Kingdom had been awaiting. I, the Little Mermaid, was going to make my singing debut. My father was particularly proud. I had the most beautiful voice in the undersea world, according to Sebastian the crab. Sebastian was the castle's music director. All the guests had assembled. Sebastian had turned up the orchestra. My older sisters began the concert, but when a giant seashell opened to reveal me, I was nowhere to be found. "Ariel!" King Triton roared. "My concert is ruined!" Sebastian wailed. As usual, I was exploring with my friend Flounder. I was fascinated with the world of humans. I loved collecting the strange objects they had dropped and lost in the sea. Today, Flounder and I were exploring a sunken ship, and I found a fork. I took it to Scuttle the seagull to find out what it was. Scuttle considered himself an expert on humans. "It's a dinglehopper," he declared. "Humans use these babies to straighten their hair." I didn't know that humans had such cool things to do things like that with. Suddenly, I remembered their concert. "Oh my gosh!" I cried, and I swam home as fast as I could. I didn't know that Ursula the Sea Witch was keeping an eye on me. King Triton had banished Ursula from the palace long ago, and now she was plotting her revenge. As I had feared, my father was furious that I had missed the concert. "You are never to have anything to do with humans again. Never," he commanded. But then, after I had left, King Triton felt some remorse. "Maybe she needs someone to keep an eye on her," he sighed. Sebastian soon found himself with a new job, looking after me. He followed me to the grotto where I kept my treasures. "If only I could be a part of the human world," I said to Flounder. Moments later, I spotted a dark shape high above. A ship! And then I swam to the surface. "No, Ariel!" called Sebastian. He says my name a little weird. But I did not look back. I had seen many ships before, but this was the first time I was able to swim close enough to see the humans on board. They were having a birthday party for someone named Prince Eric. When darkness came, the sailors lit up the sky with fireworks, but no one, except a big sheepdog named Max, noticed me. Prince Eric received a statue of himself as a birthday gift from his friend, Sir Grimsby. "It's really something," he said in thanks, though secretly he was really embarrassed by a huge replica of himself. Then it was time for the humans to dance. Even Max joined in. The humans were having such a good time, and I was so absorbed in the spectacle that no one noticed the black clouds approaching. In an instant, a great storm struck. Huge waves threatened to overturn the ship. As lightning illuminated the sky, I could see the sailors lower a lifeboat and scramble in. Eric noticed Max was missing and went to search for him. Then, just as he lowered Max safely into the lifeboat, there was an explosion. Eric was tossed into the raging sea. I darted through the waves to the spot where he had been seen. Where was he? I plunged beneath the water and spotted him sinking fast. I managed to haul the prince to the surface and hold his head above water until I swam him ashore. Then next morning, Scuttles saw me with the unconscious Eric on the beach. "No pulse," he announced, listening to Eric's foot. "No, look, he's breathing. Oh, he's so beautiful." At that moment, I knew I loved Eric, and I began to sing. Eric's eyelids fluttered. Suddenly, I heard Max bark. I knew the prince's friends must be looking for him. I slipped quickly back into the sea and hid behind a nearby rock so I could watch from the beach. Sure enough, seconds later, Max sniffed out his master. He was followed by Grimsby, who took the prince home. All Eric could remember later was that someone had been with him. He had no idea what she looked like, but the sound of her voice lingered in his ears. When Ariel got home, so when I got home, I was delighted to find the statue of Prince Eric in my grotto. Somehow, Flounder had been able to rescue him for me. Oh, thank you, I do so love him, I said. But when King Triton found out that I had gone to the surface and met a human, he went straight to my grotto. You disobeyed me. I have no choice but to punish you. He raised his trident and blasted my beloved treasures, including the statue, to bits. Ursula watched the destruction from her palace and gloated with pleasure. I think the time is right, she said to Flotsam and Jetsam. And that's where we're going to stop our story today. Tune in tomorrow to see how it ends. Bye!